Alright then. Hello all, I'm DFuxa, and this will be a start of a video playlist for Disciple Sigurd Lands with the Mountain Clans, the Dwarf faction in the game. Before I begin though, I just wanted to note that this is actually my second playlist, and you can find another playlist on my YouTube channel for Legions of the Damned, which is basically the Demons faction. Outside of that, I also plan to try and make this as newbie friendly as possible, because this is a game that isn't really played that much on YouTube. I think mine will be the second playlist if I basically put it up in time. And outside of that, basically there isn't basically a whole lot of information about this game. So I'll basically try and give a can on the subject, so you basically can learn about the game yourself. Now, besides that, I'm also going to try to keep the explanations a little bit simple for the first episode, so you're not going to get into the nitty-gritty basically for the first episode, so you might be a little bit lost what I'm basically doing. I'm going to try to save that for the following episodes, and basically for the first episode, basically try to keep it to the very grand sort of thing. So we'll basically talk about what the game is basically all about, and go from there, so to speak. Anyhow, I figure basically ran well enough here, so let's get into the intro and let's go from there. Oh, and just so you guys know, this is actually in a window mode, because I've actually got a program making it into window mode. This is for recording purposes, and I can actually full screen this, so it's basically full screen. The whole reason for doing this is just so it records properly, because if you basically try and record this with OBS, naturally, it'll basically have a small little window on the top screen here, and it doesn't look that good. So we're playing in window mode. And this will expand basically as we go along here, so yeah, it'll expand basically as we go along. Anyhow, I'll shut up here because Strategy First basically presents the intro to this game.
Chaos. Chaos was inevitable. The signs aligned themselves as an ill omen. Havoc is upon the lands, and history will be written with the blood of the vanquished. For as the stars bejewel the darkening sky, evil, lurking in obscurity, is twisting and corrupting souls. The gods themselves watch silently as the disciples prepare their minions for the tasks ahead. Chaos has begun anew. 4 realms will wage war, sealing the fate of their race and ensuring the existence of their gods. Bethrazan, Prince of Darkness, Monarch of the Legions of the Damned. Wotan, Guardian of the Sacred Forge and God of the Mountain Clans. Mortis, Creator of Plague and Pestilence, Master of the Undead Hordes. The High Father, God of Light, Grand Protector of the Empire. Cowards should not venture out in the dark ages to come, as many will die and blood will flow relentlessly upon the battlefields. For it is the victor in battle who writes history.
And there we go, there's the opening for Disciple Sticker Lands. Alright, so, something to note by the way is that, like, you know, I've actually already basically tried to actually record this a couple times. And there's actually like a couple, like, you know, save games that I basically have for this game. I basically had some issues basically trying to get this game basically, like, you know, underway. One time basically crashed, another time basically, like, you know, I had a basically bad RNG spill. Another time my fire alarm went off in our house. Lots of basically stuff basically happening, but, you know, hopefully this will be the one you basically get to see. So we're gonna start ourselves a new game with single player here, and we'll basically go to a new saga. For this menu, you can basically select your gods. So basically, go over here with, like, you know, the High Father. Right there is basically the Legion of the Damned. Over here, we basically have, like, you know, the Undead Hordes. And finally, we have Wolves of the Mountain Clans right over here. When you get to, like, your lord type here, you basically can select who you basically want to be. So we're gonna be a warrior lord, but to basically show off the other lords, so it's basically, like, you know, a mace lord and a guild master. I'll note of the three, the warrior lord is probably the most simple and probably the most, like, you know, effective. But in many ways, the mace lord might be considered like the, you know, the expert top tier type of, like, you know, lord. And then the guild master is just sort of like the it's sort of like the underpowered, like, you know, underdog lord, so to speak. But we'll go for warrior lord. We can change our picture over here, so I can basically have, like, this picture here, or this picture here, or this picture here. I think let's go for this guy right here, so we'll just go with him. And finally I can select my difficulty level here, so we have, like, easy, average, hard, or difficulty I'll be playing on this time, very hard. So let's begin.
Few know of the history of the mountain clans. Living on a high mountain range at the edge of the world, they prospered, unaffected by the events of afar. When Lawmaster Memna's revelations, unveiled to him by Brunhild the Valkyrie in a dream, were brought to the High Council, there could be no doubt Ragnarok was at hand. The vision of the seeress, an Eddic poem, had foretold it many centuries before. Too content of their relative peace, the clans forgot the warnings of the impending doom and the means to protect themselves in the process. Only the ruins could prevent the upcoming tragedy, but their ancient ruined wisdom withered away with the passing of the centuries. In a war council, a decision to launch an expedition to seek the advice from the Well of Fate was taken. But as the council discussed who would be charged with the task, the roaring sound of a horn blasted. Enemies were approaching. The realm was under attack. The forces of the damned, led by the fire giant Surta, attacked the clans. Before an expedition could be sent, the land had to be secured.
Alright, so there's basically the intro for the mountain clans. Chapter 1, Onslaught. The roaring sound of a horn blasted enemies were approaching. The realm was under attack. The forces of the damned, led by the fire giant Surta, were attacking the mountain clans. So our first mission with the dwarves is a very simple one. We just have to transform the land to basically be our own. And essentially, like, you know, when you're playing this game, by just like our income, we basically have like 100 gold and some mana coming in. I'll note that basically each territory in this game basically has like their own land pieces. You'll see, like, you know, over here is like a little bit of green land over here, and then, like, you know, there's like wet land right here. Essentially, like, you know, we're basically trying to like produce, like, you know, white stuff, which is basically snow, and that's basically like the land of like the mountain dwarves. Over here is basically our capital, and inside the capital we basically have, like, you know, our first hero unit as well as, like, you know, our guardian. Every like capital basically has like own guardian, so you can leave them like sort of undefended, and then like there's also like, you know, heroes you can basically send out into the world. Now, our first hero here, I'm not basically going to be using him. He's actually he's basically like, you know, warrior hero, and I'll note the basically like, you know, features of like, you know, combat heroes basically in this game, and like, you know, a support hero and like a thief. When I get around to it, I'm basically going to try and get myself like the engineer here, this guy's basically the fastest of the dwarves, and I think for like, you know, my playthrough I basically want to get this guy, so he'll be what I'm basically going to aim for. Oh, I also start with like an axeman here in like the capital, and down here basically like, you know, the like small city over here we basically have like, you know, a proud dwarf who's basically like, you know, our economical hero for like, you know, expanding our territory and stuff like that. He's also got a novice with him. Alright, enough explanations about like, you know, basically our territory and stuff like that. Let's get this guy out of here. I'll note that basically like, you know, at the start of this mission, we basically have like two like, you know, demon parties over here, and they're probably gonna take the city like right away, so we're just gonna flee from like, you know, the city here. So we'll take this guy here.
By the ancestors.
And we're just gonna run this guy basically up in this direction up here, I think, so I'm gonna go basically up here. Now, if I want to, and I probably do, I'll note that this guy can basically plant rods. You're basically used to like, you know, expand your territory. Basically, what's going to happen when this city is basically taken, it'll be taken over by demons, and they'll basically start draining out like territory from this like area. So if I always want to keep this resource, I can basically plant a rod, and that'll basically allow me to like, you know, keep access to this resource for like the, you know, the later parts of like this mission, which will be important if I just want to like, you know, have a little room man to basically cast spells with. So we'll do that. Now up here.
What?
I think just for a start off here, even though I'm not really gonna like, you know, use this guy in like the long run, I do obviously like start training up like a party to like, you know, do stuff with. So we'll get ourselves a dwarf here, and with these guys here, I'm just gonna go up and like, you know, grab the treasure basically up here, maybe kill off some of these goblins around here. They'll open up like, you know, paths basically to get out of here. So we'll go like this. And that guy's a little bit in the way, but you know, we want to save that for like my like, you know, engineer to come. Now, I should probably note, by the way, if you just like, you know, click anywhere, you're here basically trying to like path around to like, you know, the fastest like destination to get to where you're basically going. If you basically like, you know, click on your capital here, for example, you'll basically path like this to like, you know, go next to the goblin. But if you hit control, you actually take like a path to basically like avoid enemies. So holding control key is very important for like moving you guys around, but so you don't basically engage like enemies you don't want to. So if I basically like, you know, click this like, you know, next to the goblin, if I press control, it basically goes like this. So we'll do that. Alright, that'll be our first turn, so let's just enter turn button down here to basically go to the next one. You want to enter turn now? Yes. Alright, so I'll note that at the first turn you basically get like a, you know, a brief like, you know, introduction from like the other lords of the, you know, the area. So here's Suitor, Lord of the Legion of the Damned. We will burn every village down to ashes. I'll know you basically right click this guy's picture, you can basically get like a brief little like, you know, introduction about what the guy's basically all about. So every child trembles at the hearing of his most infamous name. This Lord of Hell is known for his bloodthirst. It is said that he once ate 1,000 slaves at a banquet given by Befrezen for a victory against the Kingdom of Light. So you basically get like a breakdown like what this guy's like lord type basically is. So he's basically a warrior lord, and he's basically like, you know, currently at war with like all of the races. So he'll basically take his turn, and there's him taking a city right there. Alright, so here's basically the second lord on the map. Here's Lord Eris, Lord of the Empire. We could rule the land together. So I'll note that basically in the first Dwarven mission, the Empire will always offer you like, you know, an alliance. And here's this guy's basically background. So in his youth, this mighty lord once stood fast against an army from hell and single-handedly defeated them by sealing the gateway that spewed him. He then became sovereign of his realm. So this guy's a different lord type than us. He's basically the Mage Lord, which basically means he'll be a little bit better with spells, like, you know, us two, like, you know, demon and like, you know, mountain clan lord. Currently, this guy's basically a piece of us, and he's not like in alliance with the race, but we could ally to him if we basically want to, so we'll probably aim to do that. So, Lord Eris, Lord of the Empire, offers to ally with you. Do you accept the treaty? So, I'll know if I basically do this, I'll be able to, like, you know, not fight this guy, which is, like, you know, useful for, like, you know, the early part of the game, so we'll accept that. Our alliance can only make us stronger, so he'll take his turn now. Alright, so there's basically our like resources for like the, you know, beginning of like day 2. I'll note by the way, like, you know, this game is very similar to like, you know, Heroes of Might and Magic, and like, you know, you basically go around basically collecting resources from like, you know, the map, and they can use those resources to basically do stuff. Gold is basically used to like, you know, to basically do like your like general like, you know, basic income stuff like that. So you build like structures, buy units, all this good stuff. The stuff over here, this basically indicates your mana. So on there's basically mana in this game, and mana is basically used to cast spells. And you haven't really seen it, any of it basically yet, because it's a little bit hard to see like, you know, what's going on in Shroud, because like basically Shroud's like, you know, what the enemy's basically doing. But as we get this like mana basically up, we'll be able to like research spells and like cast them. So you'll see that very soon. Alright, so we'll get like Hodor Grimstair basically back to the capital here. And we're just gonna go in here, and on up basically this guy's gonna be collecting a little bit of stuff basically around him, like first and foremost, so we'll do that with him. And while we're basically here, we'll basically like, you know, let's see here. I think this guy will buy another dwarf, I think. Yeah, let's buy like another dwarf here. We'll put this guy like right there for now. Actually, you know what? Let's put him like this right here. So we'll put him like right in the middle. I'll note by the way, like your positioning for your like troops are very important in this game, because these like, you know, melee fighters, they can only like attack adjacent units. So if like, you know, units basically are like, you know, in the back row, or if like you have them like right here and there's like a unit basically up here, you won't be able to attack this unit with this guy here. So putting this guy in like in the middle is best, because basically it's like 60 damage versus like these other dwarves that basically have 30. So that's like the best place for him right there.
What?
And I might just want to wipe out these goblins up here, I think, so let's go and do that, I think. So you basically see like a fight in this game. Alright, so here's basically the battle screen. I'll note that this is basically a turn-based battle where like, you know, you take a turn and like the enemy takes a turn, or vice versa if they're like a faster unit than yours. I'll note that basically the dwarves are pretty slow, but goblins are even slower, so hooray for me. Now this guy basically like, you know, basically kills these guys in one hit, so let's just go after this middle goblin here. So these guys have to focus on the dwarves for the most part, because they'll basically go after the weakest guy basically like, you know, in front of them. So kill this guy right here. Let's go after this guy down here. Kill this guy off. So this guy's gonna take a hit, but you know, it's fine. Oh, he missed. Well, that's fine too. So note that this guy basically took 19 damage here. And that damage pretty much stays, so if you look on here, basically he's got a little bit of like, you know, red for like the damage basically taken. I'll note because basically the warrior lord, this is where like it's very like, you know, simple but effective, like the lord type I basically got. We'll basically heal this basically up in like no time, because next turn he'll be like fully healed. And it's basically one of the good things about the warrior lords, that they can basically like, you know, heal up basically after each battle. Now it's worth knowing by the way, up here is like a cross. This basically like indicates like what's basically like, you know, there's basically like a battle that's fought here, and someone's basically defeated. So we basically defeated the goblin right here. It's basically like, you know, the neutral like, you know.
What are we waiting for?
And yeah, these guys say stuff in the background. There's basically a goblin here, basically like, you know, doing his stuff. So we just killed that. I think over here might see some crosses as well at some point, but maybe I'll be like in a turn or two. Nope. By the way, like, you know, like see there's basically a hero right here, because basically a shield icon. If you might see like a shield icon like this, that basically means like, you know, there's basically like a hero there.
For?
So basically right now there's like a demon like, you know, that settlement right there. And as soon as like that, like, you know, I think it was a warrior lord that has like, you know, warrior hero it has right there, comes out, it'll basically be like empty. But whatever. Let's go to the next turn. Alright, so apparently this guy didn't come out, so he's basically still stuck in like that settlement for some reason, but okay, that's fine by me.
Of course.
I'll note that basically up here, there's actually like, you know, an Empire unit. So it's a little bit hard to see, but that's basically the like, you know, Archangel for like the Empire. She's very similar to like, you know, our like, you know, guy over here. Basically she's like a rod planter, who basically like, you know, puts down rod to like, you know, grab resources. Note that this black stuff here is basically the terrain for like the demons, and basically every turn you'll basically see like this like terrain basically expand outside from like, you know, it's like, you know, region of like influence. So we'll basically see like this black just basically like overtake the land, though because we have like a rod like up here, it won't be able to take this resource.
Ready.
So that's basically why I planted that rod right there. Alright, so
Why, you Wharton's beard!
I'm just gonna have this guy basically pop out for a little bit here to like, you know, look around. So I'll note that basically up here is like a neutral settlement, and basically a shield here indicates basically a party in front of it. So we basically have like this party right here with like, you know, man at arms, a spearman, an archer. So I want to take this like someone up here to get this gold mine. I'll have to basically go for like this guy right here. But whatever. Alright, so it'll take a little bit to get the gold, but we'll basically have to wait a few turns basically to get the gold to like, you know, get like a an engineer, but it's fine. So let's just enter turn. Alright, interesting. For some reason this guy's basically coming out here. Oh, she's coming after this right here. So, note by the way that, like, you know, the raw planter is basically going after this like treasure here because she can actually get behind the orc bit right by the way right here. I guess I could have gone and like, you know, got with like this guy here, but that's just a basic scroll right there, so it's nothing too special. So that's fine.
Of course.
Alright, so with this guy here, I actually want him to plant a raw basically up in this direction, so we'll keep him basically walking up in this direction right up here.
Why, Warden's beard!
And with this guy here, I just want to get him over here to like the raw planter. And we're just going to exchange like, you know, heroes here, so I'll note that basically this guy, like this novice here, it's not that useful basically early on, so we're just going to stick on this guy's like party here, so this guy's really like a backup party, and like, you know, even though novice is kind of weak, it'll be like good for this guy's party to like, you know, make him really stronger, so we'll do that with him. Really, this part right here, by the way, is going to use it to like, you know, sort of explore the map a little bit, so nothing really too special to be done with him, basically. And I'll leave these guys alone, it's fine. So let's go up here with him. Now, I'll note by like each turn will basically generate gold. I'm probably gonna put a rod basically down here next to this gold mine to like get the gold here, so we can go like, you know, our like, you know, engineer guy a little bit faster. I actually might send this guy back to like, you know, the summon over here to basically like, you know, give him like the dwarf and like, you know, the other guys basically have this party as well, but whatever. We'll do that when we get around to it, so that's fine.
What are we waiting for?
Eh, maybe not. So yeah, basically this guy grabbed like the item that's basically behind his orc here, so I'll note that the AI will like to do that by the way, if like, you know, if it's basically items to basically pick up, they'll basically do so, because obviously it's good for them. So this arcane now has like, you know, an item basically on it.
Of course.
Now, I'll note by like this rod planter here, she could plant a rod next to this gold mine, so we're just gonna plant our own rod right here, so basically like, you know, we have access to like this gold mine for like, you know, our like troubles.
Why, Warden's beard!
And you know what? We're actually gonna come back to like our summon with this guy because I actually want to give him like, you know, the troops I think I have here, so we'll do that, I think. I think I'm actually gonna like, you know, just do this for a moment because we'll probably give like, you know, the engineer like these three guys right here because they're basically already remade. So we'll do that with them. Let's go like this with this guy. I'll probably bring like this guy is like well into like the capital over here, so that's fine with him. So we'll do that. Alright, so he's got basically two warrior lords basically, or warrior heroes basically over here. And, well, our troops are basically like, you know, just path around over here, I guess, so that's fine with them. I should probably note, by the way, there's basically like two types of, like, you know, units in this game. There's basically like these flying units like this guy, and there's basically the land-based units like the ones I basically have.
Of course.
I'll note that the mountain clans are kind of like the slower, like, you know, faction in this game, so where like these demons basically are flying, like, you know, these like, you know, archangels are flying, they basically like avoid like the terrain, like, you know, the penalties of like walking around through trees, like, you know, over like water. My dwarves basically take a long time basically to get like anywhere because like, you know, they have to like sort of like path through water and like, you know, mountains like that, so they go very, very slowly, these guys, unfortunately. I should be able to get an engineer next turn, by the way, so that'll be good for me at least. Alright, so I will note by the way that as you go along, your ally will basically like offer you like spells basically to buy. It's not that useful for me like early on because like, you know, I'm not gonna really casting spells and I don't have access to like the mana for like, you know, casting lightning, so we're not gonna like worry about this, but you know, something I'm basically looking forward to processing in the future. Maybe next time. Alright, so I'll start talking about what the RLRs are basically doing here a little bit. So I'll note that you saw like a lightning bolt basically hit this guy right here. That was him basically casting a lightning spell on his like, you know, demon here. So he basically zapped him with like lightning. That was fun to watch. Alright, so it's time to get ourselves a new hero type, I think. So here's the engineer. This would be the guy I'm going to basically just play with, you know, just play through with, basically. So we're just going to name this guy in honor of like our YouTubers that have basically already been on like, you know, this platform. We're just going to call this guy Yester. So there's Yester. Yester the Jester. So this will be our like first hero like I'm gonna basically play through this like game with. So this guy's basically like an archer hero. He'll be on the back line.
Your request? Why, Warden's beard!
Just gonna go down with this guy right here, I guess.
Alright.
And yeah, I'm just gonna like give this guy basically the dwarf and like, you know, the axe throw basically over here. So we'll do it with him. So basically there's like my starting party, I think, for, like, you know, this like, you know, playthrough. And we're just gonna start getting him on the road basically to kill stuff. So let's challenge this orc right here because he's basically good experience. So let's take him on. I would like to go out here and start killing stuff up here, but you know, we'll deal with that when like, you know, there's not like demon lords basically next to it. So
Forward, lads!
we'll take this orc on. Now, I'm not bothered if you basically right click on these guys, can you see like their like, you know, description for like what they're basically all about. So you can see like their like, you know, description right here. You can see like, you know, what their HP is, what their initiative is, what their damage basically is. I'll note this guy basically has an initiative 40, which basically means he goes as fast as like our dwarves here, who basically also have initiative 40. This guy's initiative 50, so I'll always go first though, so hooray for that. Now, a note by the way in this game, how like initiative basically works is that like, you know, you basically have your base number, and then there's like a value of basically 5 basically add to it randomly. So you could have like, say like an initiative like, you know, 41 and maybe this guy right here, 43 on this guy here, 45 on this guy here, this guy could have like, you know, 40, like just naturally 40. And the thing about the initiative is that basically like, you know, whoever basically has the highest initiative basically goes first, so it's very possible this guy could go before all these guys here, or he could go last basically in line. Anyhow, let's just like basically throw this guy's like attacks basically out at this point, so hit this guy here, hit this guy here. So he went before this guy here, but you know, these guys went before him. And he basically got to attack on this guy here. So note that he basically went through all my guys that time, so this guy took like an extra hit, but oh well, it's just, you know, how it goes. Oh, he missed. By the way, these guys do have like a, you know, a 1 in 4 chance of basically missing, so that can happen as well. Alright, so that's basically a big experience for these guys right here, which is nice. Now, if I want to, I could basically fight the guys down here, I guess. But because this guy's basically injured already, I'm gonna go like, you know, into the capital here. We'll pop out over here and we'll fight these goblins over here, I think. So
Forward, lads!
we're gonna do this. Now, because this guy's injured, I'm gonna try and like take out these like 3 over here first, so hit this guy. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. And I really basically did that, so it's like, you know, this guy gets attacked back here. Now, I'm not bothered this guy basically passed his turn. So, because this guy basically is in the back turn, he's basically a melee character, he can't do anything, so he's, you know, can't do anything for his turn. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. Alright, so basically this guy has a little bit of experience for those goblins. Now, not by the way when I basically move around, like, you know, attack stuff, it takes like half your like boom to like attack stuff, so we only can like ever really get like 2 battles basically in a turn for like, these guys, unless we use like spells, like, you know, I'm still like, you know, making them go like, you know, attack more.
Of course.
But whatever. Let's get down over here for like the prod dwarf for now. I'll note that the prod dwarf doesn't really need to have like a party, so I'm probably gonna like leave him like, you know, party list, but you know, I may like give him like dwarf, I'm not really sure. It's not like he's entirely useless with like, you know, a small like, you know, entourage with him, but you know, I'll note that these prod dwarves here, he's only got like a leadership of 1, but basically means he can only have like, you know, 1 or like, you know, party member with him at any given time.
Why,
and that's opposed to like, you know, this warrior hero who has basically, you know, a 1 in 3 like leadership.
Alright.
Or he has to hear of like his free leadership right now, because he has a full party right now. And by the way, this will improve basically as it goes on, so you'll basically see this guy have like, you know, at level like, you know, 3, like 4 leadership, and he'll be able to have like an extra guy with him. Anyhow, let's see what the enemy basically does. Alright, so I'll note that the enemy basically pathed up and basically settlement up here. Note that because I basically planted a rod next to this, like, you know, gold mine, we're still got access to like gold, so unless they basically bring on his own rod planter to remove the rod, we'll always have access to that resource basically, so hooray for that. I don't like him being in that settlement, by the way, because it basically means he'll have access to, like, you know, another base to basically attack me with, but, you know, it's a little bit too, like, you know, early to attack this guy, so we'll just leave him alone for a moment.
Why, you Warden's beard!
And just to, like, you know, keep it going on here, we're just gonna get ourselves 2 more dwarves right here. I'll note these dwarves basically here, they're just, like, really here to, like, you know, be like camp fodder. But, you know, that's fine.
Why, you Warden's beard! Your request?
Now, note this guy up here is still injured. This guy was basically injured by that orc, so I'll actually move on the back line. He won't be able to attack back here, but at the same time, he won't be attacked by the orc, so we'll be able to, like, to kill off the orc and, like, you know, hopefully, like, you know, we will basically get some good experience basically for it. But note this is a goblin on the field here. Basically, this party's being led by goblins, so if I actually send a thief out here to, like, you know, assassinate the orc or, like, poison him, I'd be, like, use, like, the goblins, like, you know, the base thing to do stuff with, so
Forward, lads!
something like keep in mind. It'll be something like to sort of like talk about later, but you know, you get to what I'm basically talking about later on. Hit this guy. Hit this guy. You're gonna pass, so I'll look basically these buttons here. You have like, you know, surrender, skip unit, and retreat, so we're just gonna have this guy basically like to skip the unit his turn. I should probably note, by the way, this guy only does like 55 damage, but you know, much like initiative, there's basically a 1 in 5 like, you know, number basically added to like the damage, so basically like, you know, he can like do like a max of 60 like damage to like my guys if he's really lucky like that. And let's see here. Oh, he missed. So we're in a bad spot because this guy could easily die in like the next like, you know, volley from these guys here. But I still want to take this guy out, so hit this guy again. You're gonna pass your turn. You hit that time at least. See, I know the dwarf basically died there because he took 2 hits from like the goblin and the orc. So, not much I can do about it, but whatever. God, the misses. The misses are gonna kill me. So this guy took 2 hits from like the goblin and the orc there. So this is like something that's like happened to me like previously, and like this like, you know, trying to get this game basically up. Sometimes you'll basically have it so like, you know, you basically get like, you know, bad RNG. And nope, because this guy basically is dead over here, this guy can't attack now, so there we go, we get experience for these like, you know, these dead like, you know, guys over here. Now unfortunately this guy was dead, so he doesn't get experience for it. So this guy in the back line actually has more experience than the guy in the front. That happened.
What?
Alright, let's see here.
Why, you Warden's beard!
On the part you can exchange stuff between like your heroes and stuff like that, so I'm actually going to possibly exchange like, you know, this ring out here to like, you know, this part over here. We'll keep that sapphire for now. I'll just basically shop over here, and you can like sell stuff to shop, so we're just going to sell this for a little bit of money. And by in the shop is basically like a banner of battles, which is basically like, you know, I'll note there's basically like, you know, items to basically augment your heroes with. This barrel basically augment like your like price basically chance to hit, so it's a very nice item. And I'll note that in this game, most players basically like recommend that you always get a banner like, you know, trait to like, you know, improve like your guys with. You see what I'm basically talking about like, later on, but you know, banners basically are like the, you know, the go-to like, you know, item to basically get in this game. There's also pushing and striking, which basically increases your chance to hit. There's also the Tormentia scroll, good for like reducing armor of targets. But whatever. There's a lightning scroll. I can use that to basically cast spells on people if I basically want to, but you know, whatever.
Your request?
Now, because this dwarf is basically dead, I have to basically resurrect him. Which, you know, which kind of sucks, but whatever. It's gonna be like, you know, what it is. I'll basically have to go and buy a temple over here in order to do that, so... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna buy a very cheeky thing you basically can do in this game. If you don't want to basically, like, you know, way around to, like, you know, resurrect your unit, you could actually buy a new unit. And it's actually kind of cheaper to do so. But this guy does have, like, you know, a little bit of experience on him, so I guess I, like, you know, want to keep that experience, so... Whatever.
Of course.
Alright, this guy over here is gonna go down this direction, I guess. He unfortunately can't get out past his griffin, so that's a bit of an issue, but, you know... That's fine, let's go on here. At some point I'll basically be able to, like, you know, get by this guy, so I'll be fine. But I don't want the scrolls, so it's gonna sell right now, so... Get a little bit of money for this, basically, here. Alright, so, this basically our turn done. Alright, well, it sounds like, another basically sound effects basically happening back in, like, the background there. And you basically heard, like, so be it. Note that basically every, like, the hero in this game has a death cry, and, like, you know, that's basically Archangel's death cry, so... That, like, you know, Archangel basically running around, like, my territory, I think is probably dead by now. Also note that up here is basically a Baroness. This is basically a rock planter, so he moved the rock basically from, like, this, like, you know, runestone mana. And I'll probably do the same to, like, this, like, you know, gold mine up here eventually as well, so we'll basically lose access to most of these resources I basically, like, you know, had access to, but, you know, after 9 turns, basically they pay for themselves, so it's fine. We just got, like, some, you know, extra gold basically doing so it's fine by me. Alright, so... Let's go in here, we're gonna construct a temple. So, I'm not basically building a temple, let's see, like, you know, heal and revive your units, so... We'll build this here. Now,
Your request?
unfortunately I can't, like, you know, do anything to this guy back here because, like, you know, I don't have the money basically to revive him. It basically costs you, like, you know, 50, like, gold basically, like, you know, revive these guys, so we'll have to wait another turn to get more money to, like, do so, so... Yeah, again, we'll basically have to skip our turn. Just checking around, but yeah, we'll have to skip our turn. I could actually go and attack, like, one of these, like, you know, griffins out here, but, you know, it's not really worth it, so... Alright, so yeah, basically there goes that rod. So, note by this guy, he has, like, you know, 4 heroes basically out here. All 3 of these guys basically here are, like, warrior heroes, and this guy's basically a Baroness, so... This guy's very frontline heavy, apparently, for his heroes. Right now, at least. Alright, so this guy's basically dead, but I can basically revive him with, like, you know, this, like, here. And I basically use this, like, to, like, you know, heal him up a little bit as well, but, you know... That seems like a little bit, like, you know, redundant because basically, in the capital, by the way, you actually basically heal up your guys basically 35%, so they heal, like, a third of their health. Plus, because I'm a warrior lord, we basically like, you know, heal basically 15% as well, so this guy will basically heal by half and, like, you know, basically, like, the next turn, if I used to leave him in the capital. Which will probably be what I'm gonna do. I will, like, put these guys like so basically, like, you know, go from the front line. I don't like the fact that both these guys are over here, by the way, because, like, you know, it means I really can't do anything with, like, all these guys around me, so unfortunately, like, I'm necessarily, like, boxed in. But oh well.
Why, you Warden's beard!
If it comes down to it, I'll basically have, like, these guys basically up here to, like, you know... Alright, well, that's annoying. I'm not basically holding, like, the Windows key instead of the control key, so I basically accidentally attacked this griffin here. So, basically, you know, I basically want to save for my, like, you know, other party, so we want to basically retreat from this, I guess. Just gonna get a free hit on this dwarf here, but oh well. At least he missed it that time. Nobody get experience if, like, you know, you fight these guys, like, even if you retreat, so... That's one good thing I say about the griffin, but whatever. So yeah, basically, like, if you don't hold control, like, you know, you'll run into, like, the guys by accident there, so... Oh yeah, this guy's boxed in, by the way, you can't go past, like, this guy here, so... Oh, we can get by here. Cool. Alright, so this guy's kind of expendable, I guess, so we're actually going to send him basically past this griffin here. And I'll use him basically explore down here if I get the chance to, so we'll basically try and like, get him down this way, so I'll be fine with him. I kind of hate the fact I got this guy injured, so that sucks, but well, that happened. Ooh, interesting. So, I'm not sure basically, like, you know, what the sound wave was, but, you know, I'll note that he sent his warrior lord for us in the city outside to attack something and died. So, he lost his warrior lord.
Why, you Warden's beard!
That guy's still half injured, but whatever, it's fine. You know, I don't really care about this guy getting killed, so I'm just gonna send him over here, this guy. Say if this guy basically comes to attack him, I'll be able, like, you know, to send my, like, you know, hero out here basically kill him as well, so...
By the ancestors.
We'll basically just wait to see what he basically does. We'll send this guy basically down here. No body basically structure down here, you can basically, like, you know, raid, like, you know, layers and stuff like that stuff to basically kill. So, there's something basically in that perhaps to basically kill, so that'll be something I'm gonna find out in the future. Alright, so, at this point, by the way, I'm just gonna go in, like, buy, like, you know, a magic tower. So basically magic tower is necessary to, like, you know, research spells. I'm not buying just basically spells you basically casting. You saw, like, you know, the Empire basically casting like lightning. We have like something similar for the dwarves with, like, you know, icefall, so basically like cast like this to get, like, you know, drop like water damage on people. But what I basically want to have right now is basically summon rock. This basically summon like a unit onto the field to like to do stuff, so we're just gonna research rock spell. And the whole purpose for doing this is so I can see, like, you know, what's basically in this party here, because if I basically, like, you know, right click on these parties, you can't see what's in them, because they're basically owned by, like, a different faction I'm basically at war with. But if I basically cast a rock here, and I basically spend like this rock to like attack this guy here. Let's put this rock base up here so you can see like a bit up here, I guess. We're gonna have this guy basically attack over here, I think, so... And by the way, over here is, like, you know, stuff happening over here, so... This one of, like, the parties for, like, the Empire right there is basically a wizard. Alright, so there's basically the competition for this guy's party over here. He basically has, like, a lord, possessed, as well as, like, a gargoyle. So, basically, like, you know, you can see, like, you know, their stats, basically, so... This guy's basically an armored, like, character, so good for tanking, like, hits. There's, like, a ranged attack, basically hits whoever you want to. There's this, like, warrior here over here, so it's level 2 right now. It's a little bit stronger than, like, you know, my guys. But I noticed Possessed has, like, A9 and 9 experience. I will not borrow in this game that, like, you know, if you have, like, you know, full experience and, like, you aren't leveling, you have to have a structure basically build stuff, so if you don't have that structure built, you don't actually get the, like, the goods for it, so... Put this guy right here. Ooh, nice! Well, we still died anyways, but, you know... Basically, this guy's party here is, like, very, very weak, so I actually might be able to kill it if, like, you know, I want to, right? So...
Alright.
We can't actually reach it, but, you know, if he gets, like, you know, over here, this guy, I might be able to attack him. So I might just do that in the future.
Why, you Warden's beard! By the ancestors.
Let's end our turn. I'm not bothered that, like, you know, sort of horn going off is basically the sound that tells you, you know, a guy's basically enter a city, so... When this guy enters a city, sound like a horn, basically means that he was in a city there for a bit. Note that the enemy heroes, much like yours, can, like, heal up, so he probably healed up his units and, like, you know, revive him when it's dead and brought him basically back out. So they're just running around doing their stuff, those guys. You know, I might be tempted to attack the city by the way up here if I get a chance to.
Why, you Warden's beard!
I'm not sure I think here what I want to do, so...
Your request?
I'll know this guy is basically fully healed at this point. I think what I'm going to do with this guy is basically send him off to, like, attack, like, you know, this, like, you know, griffin over here, I think. Will be the plan. But before I do, I will know there's, like, other spells you can basically research in your capital here. There's basically like, you know, an ice shield basically like, you know, reduces like damage like your units might receive. There's like, you know, once you basically increase your damage, there's basically like, you know, the damage spell for like, you know, units on the field. There's also like, you know, some terrain ones, so basically like, you know, help the dwarves basically walk around, so they don't like, you know, use like all their movement point basically running around, like, you know, walking around like in forest and like, you know, later on like on a sea. What I'm thinking about doing at this point, by the way, is that like, you know, I'm probably gonna get like this spell right here. And this spell's basically helpful to get because I'm gonna like drop like, you know, spells basically on targets that I want to in the future. I'm not gonna do it right now, but you know, it's just something I like to keep in mind. I can like drop like, you know, spells on stuff to like kill it. So.
Alright.
Yeah, let's go after this like, you know, good Griffin here, this guy here, I think.
Forward, lads!
So Griffins are worth a lot of experience basically kills, so let's take him on. So he did like 100 damage there to like hurt this guy, but you know, whatever. Oh, we missed. That's not good. We still did over 100 damage there, but you know. Oh, we missed again. So that can happen while you're gonna like, you know, have misses like left and right. This guy's probably gonna like, you know, get like all the way up to 125 experience now, but you know, it's fine. So this guy's like almost like ready to level up. This guy's like, you know, is ready to level up. Nobody we see a plus sign that basically means they can't level up just yet, so I'll have to build my structure basically to do that. Now, because this guy's like, you know, half dead already, I haven't used these just yet, but these are a potion you can use to like, you know, resurrect your guys, so I'm just gonna drop that in this guy right here. We'll drop that in this guy right here. On this guy here. On this guy here. Just in case like this guy decides to like, you know, come back and attack me, because this guy is like, you know, very capable of like killing me probably, so.
What?
Let's move this guy basically up here to sort of guard this guy here. Here's that tome.
Of course.
Now this guy can also come out to attack my like, you know, guy out here, so I have to watch out for that, so. Unfortunately about this guy is I can't really move that far, so let's move down here I guess for now. Note this basic rod over here next to this runestone mana. I might want to remove that so basically, you know, can get access to this users down here at some point. Alright, so, why did I fail? That's basically the death of Cry, like the mage hero basically right there. On the bar, this guy still has a lot of warrior lords basically running around, because like, you know, there's basically one like this like city over here, and he's got like this guy up here and this guy over here, so there's a lot of warrior lords basically around.
What?
I could try attacking these guys by the way, but you know, they're probably like both like very strong to fight, so we'll probably leave them alone.
Of course.
Oh, I know the Empress is the Arcane place over here. Should probably remove this rod if he gets a chance to, but you know, I could remove it right now if I want to. But you know what? Let's just let her remove it so we can see like, you know, the Arcane in action, so to speak.
All right.
All right, so yes to here. I'm not because the dwarf base is so close to leveling. I'm actually going to go to my capital and we're actually going to get like, you know, access to like, you know, the brewery. Just basically let me upgrade like my dwarves into warriors, so we'll get this right now. The expert is important to level up at some point, but you know, getting that like dwarf warrior would be like really good to get right now, so.
Your request?
So this guy basically down here at this point.
Why, you warden's beard!
This guy can sort of follow.
Of course.
On the bar that, make sure we've gone for a city, but you know, because this guy went back to the city garrison it, he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that now. Alright, so the Arcane's basically removed the flag over here, by the way, so she might actually plant like her own flag here to like, you know, get the runestone mana. And I do have money at this point, so I think we're planting our own rod here so like we get access to ourselves. I'm just doing this because, like, you know, if I basically, like, you know, did that in the other order, by the way, she would have actually planted her own flag, perhaps, to like, get the roots of mana. And, you know, I want to be able to cast spells, right? So, we'll plant our own flag, basically, there.
Alright.
Alright, so, down here, let's have the Youngster basically attack this, like, you know, lovely guy right here. You know, this isn't really going to be, like, cheeky to basically do, but,
Warden's beard!
I'm actually going to exchange units with this guy right here. And we're just going to, like, put this, like, here guy in the back line. These guys, like, only have one experience, right? So I'm not really, like, you know, too caring about them, like, dying or anything like that. But, you know, I want this guy to basically level up, so we're just going to put him in the back line like this. And we'll have this guy basically, like, soak some attacks while this guy just sort of sits in the back line, like, you know, safe. And we'll just, like, kill the Griffin without, like, dying here, so... We'll do it like this.
Alright. Forward, lads!
So this guy's going to absorb all the attacks from this guy and die, but, you know, it's fine. So there's one attack. You're just going to pass your turn because you can't do anything. So yeah, there he goes. But we'll not be able to kill off this guy here, and then, like, you know, we'll be able to, like, you know, get experience for it. By the way, I'll note that this, like, Griffin here, he actually has, like, initiative 50, so he actually just goes as fast as, like, you know, yesterday here, so... worth noting. And there we go. We have a warrior basically right here, so that's nice. Very nice, actually. Exchange here with this guy right here, so... we'll go like this, we'll go like that. So this will basically help out a lot in the long run because, like, you know, now we have, like, you know, a much stronger, like, character on the front line. This guy does like 55 damage and has like 200 HP, so very, very tanky. I may want to go after this mermaid here, I'm not really sure though. This mermaid actually hits really hard, so... it's sort of a question of, like, do I want to go after her or not. Probably I still want to go after her, but, you know.
What? By the ancestors.
Do I want to research any spells is the thing, right? So, on the way after you have, like, you know, incoming, like, runestone mana, so... do I want to get anything else? Increased damage wouldn't be a bad thing to basically get. I'm not saying increase my guys' damage would basically mean, like, you know, if they did like 40, they'd do, like, you know, at perhaps, like, you know, 4 more damage, or if they did, like, you know, 25, they might do, like, say, like 2 more damage, so... my guys would be, like, yeah, I got, like, you know, 2, like warrior types. You have, like, the axe thrower, and we have, like, you know, my, like, engineer. So they'd be doing, like, you know, an actual, like, you know, 4, 6, 11... I think we do, like, an extra, like, you know, 14 damage potentially, like, all my guys, but I guess they, like, got, like, you know, the first might here. It's probably still better to get Icefall to, like, damage them beforehand, though, so... we'll just get that right there. Probably not getting those spell spikes are gonna, like, weaken these guys basically in, like, combat, so we may soften them up for, like, a strike.
So be it.
Alright, so, my, dwarves is in trouble there. Wow, it sounds like the, demons have a bunch of attacks on there by the humans. That's interesting. Alright, so this guy's probably very, very dead because this guy's, like, you know, nothing to basically kill this guy here, but whatever. Let's go down here a little bit to, like, look around, so... I'll just basically in our city down here. It's just got ourselves, like, you know, Drift Bloodhound as well as this bear here. And this guy's in my territory, this bastard.
Request? Why, you Warden's beard!
You know, I could attack this guy if I want to. With both my parties. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here, basically, is the thing, right? So... I can't attack him, but I'll take, like, all my movement points to do so,
right.
so... I'm trying to think if I want to basically go up maybe here. And what I'll basically do here,
What?
we're just gonna exchange our, like, you know, our damaged dwarf in here, I think. Like so.
Your request?
I'll send Yester basically in here to, like, revive the guy. So let's go like this. I can't fully heal this guy, but I can, like, you know, get him, like, you know, somewhat healed.
Your request?
You can go basically back like this again. Give this guy basically a damaged dwarf. And the whole purpose for doing this, by the way, is just so I can, like, soften this guy basically up a little bit for, like, you know, this guy to attack him, so... And yeah, I'll note this guy basically on the back line, he has, like, a sorcerer. This guy's basically like a double tier unit, so... Basically, like, he'll hit for a lot more damage than, like, all my units here, so it'll hurt a lot. Probably this guy's very dead, but, you know, we can basically soften this guy up for, like, you know, the other party to kill, so... Let's buff up him. And this guy can go after the, like, you know, this guy right here. This is basically a Duke. Hits pretty hard. Has good HP, but, you know. Hit him. Oh, we missed. Alright, so, I could kill the Duke right now, by the way, but we're just gonna go after the Gargoyle here. We're basically softening guys up so I can get experience for him, right? So, hit this guy up here. He might kill the Duke, but, you know, he's only gonna do, like, damage. It's fine. You know, if possible, I actually want these guys to retreat, so let's try to, like, retreat here. Basically, if I retreat, I'll be, like, you know, this guy will have experience for it, but, you know, this guy will be alive still, and I can revive him.
Alright. Forward, lads!
We're finishing off these guys right here, basically, so... Let's go like this. Oh, we missed. Alright, the Dwarf Warrior here can go for this guy. Let's go after the Duke with you. And... Alright, there we go, perfect. So... There we go. I'll note we get some experience for that, so this guy basically leveled up, so he's now level 2. And we also get, like, you know, 51 experience fees on this guy right here, so... He's getting very close to leveling up as well. Now, note by the way, like, you get, like, your scrolls basically this guy had picked up, so there's, like, you know, hey scroll here. Alright, so, basically there's, like, you know, that, like, battle with that, like, Duke right there. And yeah, this guy's a little bit dead, so he's basically, like, you know,
Of course.
not alive anymore. Whoops! So, it is possible to, like, lose this mission if, like, you know, you're not careful, I guess. I didn't think, like, it's possible for, like, them to get all the cities, I guess, but yes, they did, so... Sudo's completed mission, apparently, so you got, like, you know, too much terrain in one. Alright, well... You know what, I'll keep that. Basically, like, you know, it'll show off, like, you know, a little basically of, like, you know, starting out in this game, like, you know, what can basically, like, go wrong. So, this basically the start of, like, the Mountain Clans, like, you know, playthrough. Essentially, like, you know, the demons basically, like, conquered too much territory, and I guess they won that way. Usually that doesn't happen, but, you know, if it does, it does, so whatever. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next episode when I get to it, and take care.